Lila was a little girl. Lila loved to paint. One day, she found a brush. It sparkled with light. Lila dipped the brush in red paint. She swished it in the air. A rainbow door opened wide. "Come in," a voice said, "if you dare." Lila stepped into the light. Everything was bright. Red, orange, yellow too. Green, blue, indigo, and violet. Woo! "Welcome," said a voice so high. "We are the colors of the sky." Each color had a face and a voice. Lila thought, "This is so nice."
Red was a volcano, tall and grand. He stood proudly among the other mountains, his peak reaching high into the sky. The landscape around him was vibrant and full of life, with lush greenery and clear blue skies. Red was a sight to behold, a true natural wonder, but Red was sad. He felt so bland. Despite his majestic appearance, there was a deep sadness within him. He felt lonely and unfulfilled, as if something important was missing from his life. The other mountains seemed to have a purpose, but Red felt lost and empty. "My lava used to flow," he cried. Red remembered the days when his lava would flow freely, bringing warmth and light to the world around him. Those were the days when he felt alive and full of energy. But now his lava was stuck, and he didn't know why. Now it's stuck, and I don't know why. Red was confused and frustrated. He had tried everything he could think of to get his lava flowing again, but nothing seemed to work. He felt helpless and alone, unsure of what to do next.
Lila took her magic brush so bright. Lila was a young girl with a special gift. She had a magic brush that could bring anything she painted to life. When she heard about Red's plight, she knew she had to help. She took her brush and set out on a journey to find the sad volcano. She painted flames, shining light. When Lila reached Red, she wasted no time. She began to paint beautiful, glowing flames with her magic brush. The flames danced and shimmered, bringing warmth and light to the dark and lonely volcano. The lava flowed, red and hot. As Lila's flames touched Red, something miraculous happened. The lava that had been stuck for so long began to flow once more. It poured down the sides of the volcano, glowing red and hot, bringing life and energy back to Red. Red cheered, "My problem, you have fought!" Red was overjoyed. He could feel the warmth and energy returning to him. He looked at Lila with gratitude and happiness. "Thank you, Lila," he said. "You have brought me back to life. My problem, you have fought and won."
Orange was a river, long and wide. It stretched across the land, its waters shimmering under the sun, reflecting the hues of the sky. The river was a lifeline, a source of beauty and sustenance for all who lived near its banks. But Orange was quiet. He wanted to hide. The once vibrant waters now seemed dull and lifeless. The trees that lined its banks whispered among themselves, wondering what had happened to their friend. "My water used to sing," he sighed. The melodies that once danced on the surface were now just a distant memory. The fish that swam in his depths no longer played their joyful games. Now it's silent, and I don't know why. The river's confusion was palpable. He missed the days when his waters were filled with laughter and song, when every ripple carried a tune.
Lila took her magic brush so bright. She had heard the river's lament and felt a deep sadness for her old friend. Determined to bring back the joy, she set out with her magical brush in hand. She painted fish, scales so light. Each stroke of her brush brought new life to the river. The fish she created were vibrant and full of energy, their scales shimmering like jewels in the water. The river gurgled, a happy sound. As the fish began to swim, the river's song slowly returned. The waters bubbled and flowed with a newfound energy, the melodies once again filling the air. Orange laughed, "My song you have found!" The river's joy was infectious. The trees swayed in rhythm, the fish danced, and the entire landscape seemed to come alive with the sound of Orange's song.
Yellow was a sunflower, tall and bold. He stood proudly in the garden, his vibrant petals reaching for the sky. Every morning he would bask in the sunlight, feeling the warmth on his face. He was the tallest and the brightest, admired by all who passed by. But as the days went by, Yellow began to droop. His once strong stem started to bend, and his petals lost their luster. He felt old and tired, no longer the majestic flower he once was. The other flowers whispered among themselves, wondering what had happened to their once proud friend. "My petals used to shine," he told. "They were bright and full of life, catching the eye of everyone who saw them. But now they were dull and lifeless, a shadow of their former glory." Yellow felt a deep sadness, longing for the days when he was the star of the garden. "Now they're wilted, and I feel cold." The sun no longer seemed to warm him, and the nights felt longer and colder. He shivered in the shade, feeling more alone than ever. The once vibrant garden now felt like a place of sorrow and despair.
Lila took her magic brush so bright. She had heard about Yellow's plight and wanted to help. With a determined look on her face, she approached the garden, her brush glowing with magical energy. She knew she had the power to bring life back to the wilting sunflower. She painted sunbeams, warm and light. With each stroke of her brush, the garden began to glow. The sunbeams danced around Yellow, wrapping him in their warm embrace. He could feel the energy returning to his petals, the warmth seeping into his stem. The sunflower bloomed, a happy sight. Yellow's petals began to unfurl, their vibrant color returning. He stood tall once more, feeling the strength and vitality flow through him. The other flowers watched in awe as their friend was restored to his former glory. Yellow beamed. "You set my spirit alight!" He felt a joy he hadn't felt in a long time, his heart filled with gratitude. Lila smiled, knowing she had made a difference. The garden was once again a place of beauty and happiness, with Yellow standing proudly at its center.